Hello, welcome to Dungeon Dwellers Podcast. I'm your host, Justin. Today is our finale for Alien Week. We're reviewing The Puppet Masters 1994 sci-fi action movie, in my opinion. It calls itself sci-fi horror. I don't know. To me, this was more of an action movie. It's directed by Stuart Orm, and the screenwriters, you got Terry Russo, Ted Elliott, and David S. Goyer, who's like a comic book writer and screenwriter who worked on the Blade trilogy, the Dark Knight trilogy, and also Man of Steel. The cast for the movie is Donald Sutherland as Andrew Nivens, Eric Towle as Sam Nivens, Julie Warner as Mary Selfton, Yaphet Kotto as Wrestler, Keith David Alex Holden, Will Patton as Dr. Graves, Richard Belzar as Jarvis. You'll know him from Homicide: Life on the Street and CSI, not CSI, Law and Order Special Victims Unit, where he plays the same character as in Homicide: Life on the Street. For whatever reason. So this movie, it's actually a pretty cool movie. It's based off a Robert A. Heinlein book, which I've been meaning to read more of his books. The only ones I've read so far is Starship Troopers, but I own like a couple. Like the Moon's a Harsh Mistress, and what else do I have? I have Stranger from a Strange Land, On a Strange Land, sorry, or however that title goes. Yeah, and there was also this really cool movie based off Robert Heinlein short story called the movie was called Predestination with Ethan Hawke, but the short story was called All You Zombies. If you haven't seen that movie yet, I would check it out. It's a pretty cool movie. It's directed by the same guys who did Daybreakers, which Daybreakers, in my opinion, was a fucking awesome movie. Was really underrated, in my opinion. So this movie is about Donald Sutherland is in charge of this offshoot of the CIA, which is in charge of investigating aliens and detecting alien organisms on Earth. What happens is in Iowa, spaceship crash lands. A couple of kids find it, right? And Donald Sutherland goes to investigate it with his son, Sam Nivens, who's also part of the investigation. He brings along this chick from NASA who studies alien organisms, right? Played by Julie Warner. The character's name is Mary Selfton, and Jarvis is there along for the ride, who's basically just a driver, who's played by Richard Belzar. They go and investigate this town. They see the spaceship. It's fake. It's fake as fuck. The kids are charging people $1 to go in there, but like something's clearly up. The woman goes to go inside the ship, but something stops her. She gets a bad feeling about it. They try to leave and go and check out the radio station or TV station, who went to investigate it, but like told people, hey, they found an alien ship, but then like immediately changed their story, like a few hours later, right? So they went to check them out. They immediately get attacked, and they find out that the aliens are these slug-like parasites to attach to people's backs, and using this like stinger penetrates the the brain and like controls their host body, right? So the movie is basically Invasion of the Body Snatchers, but if it was basically a Tom Clancy movie, right? Because this movie, in my opinion, does not have the horror or the the tension of Invasion of the Body Snatchers. But then again, I've only seen the 1993 one by Abel Ferreira. The original, well, there was one. I think there was one in the 50s and one in the 70s, and Donald Sutherland was in that movie. Yeah, so most of the movie is trying to figure out what the aliens are and what their plan is. The aliens are just like Invasion of the Body Snatchers. They're basically analogy for communism. They have one hive mind that they all connect to, right? Which our characters infiltrate and blow up. But there's like a fake ending where they think they won, but there's one left, and there's like a final fight between our main character and his father, who's possessed by the alien. And does he kill his father, or does he try to save him? Who knows, right? I'm trying not to spoil movies anymore. I have this habit of just repeating like what the whole movie's about. So yeah, like what I said, it's like basically, like I said, it was Invasion of the Body Snatchers, but with a Tom Clancy feel. I love sci-fi movies where you have our characters investigate and try to figure out, hey, what's going on, but there's like an enemy. It's not like some stupid natural disaster or whatever, right? There's an enemy they have to learn about and defeat. So it has pretty much like a similar premise to not just Invasion of the Body Snatcher, but that other movie Lifeform that I reviewed, but with a budget, and you have a scale. There's a lot of cool action scenes in the movie, right? Where our characters will be like trying to escape. Our characters were trying to escape the TV station, they'll be walking through a hallway, and there'll be someone there waiting to jump them, and you'll see them pass through the doorway, instantly get attacked, and like instantly get attacked. It reminded me of like scenes from the Raid and Raid 2. Like there's I'm not saying the action scenes are as good as the Raid and Raid 2, but there's some pretty cool action scenes, right? Which I was surprised like how good the action scenes are in a sci-fi movie like this, right? And there's also Keith David plays like a Marine in the movie, and you also have Will Patton as a scientist. They do great jobs in the movie as well. Keith David, who's like a Marine kind of soldier, joins our final joins for the op to take out the hive mind, and immediately gets possessed because the aliens can like only control one body at a time, but they'll carry around other slugs and put them on the body so they can live off them long enough so they can grab somebody and put them on their back, right? And they can also reproduce like super quick. Like I think they said like 12 hours they can reproduce. So the movie has high stakes. You know, you got cool action, you got some cool dialogue. There's like a funny scene in the movie where like Sam Nivens is like on the job, just got on the job, and he's like asking like, who am I, if both of you are shot at, who am I taking the bullet for? You or the scientist girl? And his dad's like, oh, you gotta strive to take both bullets. Something like that. I don't know. I thought the movie was a cool movie. I think, you would, if you're a fan of like Tom Clancy movies and like, Invasion of the Body Snatchers, you'll probably like this movie as well. I'm giving it a 7 out of 10. I don't know why it has the low rating it does. Like, this was a pretty good movie, right? You also have the guy from what was it? Starship Troopers is in the movie as a general again. Not as cowardly though. Yeah, so that's it for this review. Thinking of doing a sequel to Alien Week, but not for this week. So for this upcoming week, because I'm gonna review 44 episode mecha series. So If I'm reviewing a shorter one the week after that, then we'll bring back like Alien Week, or we'll do. I'm thinking of doing War Movie Week. We'll review war movies. That's about it for today. I'm also going to review a movie called Diary of the Serial Killer, where it's about this guy who goes around killing transgender gender people for whatever reason. It stars Arnold Vasilo and Gary Busey. Make sure to check out that review. All right, peace.